Okay, all right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Woo! Happy Tuesday. Super excited to be here with you this evening. Welcome to our 2018 Insurance Rockstar Summit. Oh my gosh, we have this thing loaded with surprises and great information for you. And so I'm just excited. I'm really just grateful that you decided to spend time with me here this evening. And so I'm going to give you a few minutes, grab that pen and paper. You know, I'm all about making sure that you walk away with something tangible that's going to create a shift for yourself today. Not going to wait for tomorrow, something that's going to create that shift for you today. So go ahead, grab your pen and paper, grab your favorite beverage. Do me a favor, click that share button and share this video on your timeline in your Facebook group with your friends and let them know, hey, come on over. Coach Mo is live during this Insurance Rockstar Summit. So I can't wait. We're just going to go ahead and jump right into this content. So first, let me introduce myself. For those of you that are brand new to me, that don't know me professionally, my name is Mernice Oliver. My clients affectionately know me as Coach Mo. I am Queen Quiet Storm. I am the calm in your business chaos. And so I'm the president and CEO of Mernice Oliver Coaching and Consulting, MCC for short. We are a professional development agency providing private coaching as well as business consulting and live events such as seminars, trainings, workshops, intensives for women that are operating as agency owners, but also women leaders in the insurance industry. So if you're a sales producer or you may be working in a corporate environment in insurance, we have something specific for you within MCC. I'm also the facilitator of the Chaos to Calm Facebook community, centered all around support, business tips, lifestyle strategies for the busy woman who, again, yes, works in the insurance industry, but also women who are just women entrepreneurs and they're looking for accountability and support. They can find it there with us at the Chaos to Calm community on Facebook. And so I shared a little bit about this last night, but I do want to share it a little bit with you again tonight. I've been in insurance and financial services for 25 years. And so during that time, I have served in several capacities. I started out as a national catastrophe claim representative. I traveled the country handling national, catastrophes. Anytime there was a hurricane, earthquake, hailstorm, flood, I traveled with the team of about 30 people with State Farm Insurance. We represented the state of Georgia, and we showed up when women needed us most, when families needed us the most, when they had chaos going on inside of their lives. We were there to help them. And so I did that, worked as a SIU, which is Special Investigator Fraud Investigator with State Farm. Absolutely loved it. Best job ever. If you had to have a job, this was the job to have. It was just so amazing. No day was ever the same. There was always a challenge. There was always something different in store for us. At being a special investigator, I investigated arson fires. And so that was my area of expertise, and I absolutely loved it. Moved away from that and actually decided I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Well, let me say this. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I got it from my grandfather. He was an entrepreneur, and I just thought the sun rose and set on him. And so he was my model. He was my very first hero, and I looked up to him. And so he ran businesses. And so, of course, I wanted to be like him. And so I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And so had an opportunity to become an agent and own my own agency with Allstate Insurance for several years, and then transitioned over to American Family Insurance. And then after that, I actually moved over into corporate agency sales recruiting. And so I actually opened the state with Farmers Insurance and helped them recruit some of their scratch agents to reintegrate Farmers Insurance back into the Georgia region. So a vast background. But I'll be honest with you, it was in 2012 when I really, caught this whole coaching and consulting bug. Actually it became more like a fire in my belly, to be honest. And it was all about, wanting to help women be successful inside of their agencies. I had been around long enough, and I'd seen different things, and I had a different standpoint and a different point of view regarding what I knew women agency owners and leaders really needed inside of an industry that really didn't have a lot of things in place to help them succeed. And so I knew that they needed help. Number one, they needed an advocate, someone that would be there just for them, a sounding board. When they had those tough days and they wanted to just throw the towel in, I was that person. I was there. And so I was their confidant. I knew that they needed a trusted advisor, someone that knew what they were doing and knew what they were talking about. And then finally, I knew that they needed an expert in the field of insurance, and someone who understood the nuances of insurance industry and all the challenges that they faced, as an agency owner or as a leader inside of the insurance arena. And so I decided to start my own coaching and consulting firm. And so I'm going to be honest now, I really actually started it out as a side gig. I was still working in corporate America as an agency recruiter. And then on the side, I would help the agency owners that I'd come in contact with. Some of them were some of the agency owners that I actually recruited myself, help them build and grow their agencies. I help them with their staff development and help them with their strategic planning. And so, here we are. Wow, I can't believe it. 6 years later, and I can't imagine my life without this, right? I can't imagine it without this movement that God has allowed me to create. It's just been amazing. This is more than a business to me. And so I hope this come across to you tonight and you understand that it's not just about a business. This is my passion. This is really what I believe is my true calling. It is my life's blood. And it really is my daily motivation and inspiration. I won't say it's why I wake up every morning, but I will tell you, it really makes waking up every morning a lot sweeter because I know exactly what my assignment is. Every day I'm not guessing. I'm very clear on what my assignment is in my heart and who it is I'm serving. And that's to help women get to the level of success that they desire for their own lives. And so, MCC, we operate very specifically from 5 pillars of service. One is client nurturing programs. That's, really all around your marketing and client acquisition, hiring and staff development, where we help with, staff training and development in terms of recruiting. We help with screening. We even help with coming in and creating training development programs specifically for each agency that we work with. So everything is very customized. It's not cookie cutter. And you're able to decide, what it is you want. So it's more of a la carte thing. We do agency leadership training where I help the agency leaders improve and enhance their leadership skills. We work on organizational systems, which is all about those agency processes, which is what we're going to talk about tonight, and sales processes. And then finally, sales training, where we provide consultative sales training and development, as well as pipeline cultivation. And so, I've really, as I think back, I have had the pleasure to serve some amazing women in the industry, but not just women. I've also worked with men as well, but some amazing, what I say, rock star agents, because they are rock stars in their own right. It's not because that they work with me as their coach that they become a rock star. They're already a rock star. But working with me has helped them enhance their skills and their abilities to get to the next level of their own rock stardom, right? And so I've worked with a lot of the top Fortune 500 companies in the industry: Allstate, State Farm, American Family, Country Financial, as well as Farmers Insurance. And so welcome again to our 2018 Insurance Rockstar Summit. Super excited that you are here. Let's get cracking on some of this content, guys, because tonight I'm so excited about this because this is really my expertise. It's all about mastering your agency. And so, but first, I want to just pause for a second. I hope you're, taking notes and that type of thing. But I also want to just kind of share with you why it is I do what I do every day and why I actually started this whole Rockstar Summit. And so I'm going to be very honest with you and transparent as I possibly can. And it really is because I'm tired. I'm tired. My granny, who I love, her name was Lily, and I absolutely loved her. She was my other superhero. And she would often say to me, Bernice, if you get tired of something long enough, then you'll get up and do something about it. And she was absolutely right, so thank you, Gran. She was right. And so I was tired. I'm just tired. And so here it is, I'm tired of seeing agencies fail every day. Statistics are not our friend. They're really, not on our side. Statistically, it shows that most agencies are failing at a 60 to 70 cent per rate within that first year of opening their agency. You guys, you got to be able to do something about that, and I'm that disruptor. I call myself a disruptor because I've come in to really cause a shift into that and say, no more, that's not going to happen anymore. We're going to bust that statistics out of there. And so that's why I'm so excited when it's a brand new agent that reaches out to me and say, hey, Coach Mo, I need your help, because I am going to make sure that agency is not left behind. Failure is not an option. We're going to push through and we're going to get to that level of success that they desire. So I was just tired of it. I was tired of seeing, relationships fail because, the agency owner was spending all their waking and breathing time, eating and sleeping and breathing their agencies. I was tired of seeing agents stressed out because their income is so inconsistent, and you and I both know when your money ain't right. Just being honest, guys, when your money ain't right, your life ain't right, right? It's you playing with your emotions. I just said that this afternoon to one of my colleagues, when your money is not right, it's like playing with someone's emotions, right? And you're stressed out, you're overwhelmed. And so I was tired of that. I was tired of really seeing my colleagues and my friends, some of them who have really become like my family, be overwhelmed and stressed out and feeling like they're on the verge of despair. I was tired of it. I was tired of agents calling me to say that they felt like failures, when it really is not them. It's a systemic problem in the way that we approach agency ownership, particularly as it relates to women agency owners. And so, listen, I have built a six-figure agency and I had to rebuild from nothing. So I've had some successes, and I've also had a lot of failures. I'm just going to be honest with you, because it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I've come to realize that building a six-figure, a successful agency does not mean that I have to lose my life and my health and everything that matters to me in the process of building this agency. And so that's why I create and build the programs that I've built and created for my agency owners. I shared last night, it's not all about the numbers and the metrics. Yes, we talk about those, but I take more of a holistic approach to helping the agency owners get to the level of success that they desire for their own lives. And so that's why I'm committed, and dedicated my company to making sure that no agency owner under my watch is left behind. I teach agency owners how not to fall victim to the pitfalls of a dying agency. And so tonight, it's my privilege to share with you some of those tips that I share with my agency owners every day. And so it's a lot of them, but I'm just going to share 6 of those steps that I believe are really key to helping you master your agency. But before I get to that, let's talk about the importance of recognizing your own personal gifts, right? As an agency owner, we all have our own gifts and we have our own, what I call geniuses. And so I want to ask you a question. If you're an agency owner and you're listening, thank you for joining me tonight. But let me ask you, what is your personal genius? And how do you leverage that genius to grow your agency? You know, I have an agency owner that I worked with several months ago, about 8 months. And, you know, she's an outdoorsman. She loves, you know, being outdoors. Her father was a hunter and she loves hunting and fishing and that type of thing. And so I asked her, so why are you spinning your wheels at gosh, I can't even think of it right now. Why are you spinning your wheels just hanging out networking in places that don't honor who you are authentically, right? That makes sense. Why are you at the Chamber of Commerce when most people are not there? They may have some interest, but that's not their focus. Why not? Why are we taking all of these round robin trips instead of going beeline to where your ideal client is? Why not go to those fishing events? Why not go out there and hunt? Why not create your own programs that specifically focuses on those fishermen and those outside, you know, hunters? Why not sponsor a fishing event? Why not hold a financial seminar, you know, that's targeted specifically to the people or the women that love being outdoors, fishing and hunting and farming, and offer financial consulting and be that consultant in that realm? It's about being authentically who you are and becoming a niche expert. And that's a niche that is untapped because women don't traditionally serve in that capacity, right? And so it's so very important that you operate within your own genius and your own passion. So think about those things, because here's what the results will be once you begin to operate in your own passion and authentically who you are. You're going to get more money personally and professionally for your business. It's just the bottom line. We're all working for money. So let's just put that on the table. Yes, I work with my clients and we talk about them making more money, because the whole point of this is that we build profitable and sustainable agencies. Okay. Number 2, you're going to have more vacation time, be off to be able to spend time with your loved ones and do the things that you love that makes life worth living. Number 3, your agency is going to run so much smoother because it's going to gel, right? It's going to fit just like this, because now you're operating inside your own personal gifting versus what our traditional corporate messaging says about us. And then finally, you're really just going to have a better quality of life. And that's really what we all desire. Isn't that what you desire? If you're out there listening to me, don't you desire a better quality of life? I know I do. And I know I did when I was operating in that space as an agency owner. And so I understand what my fellow sister colleagues are going through who are still operating inside of an agency ownership. All right. So here are the 6 main areas of focus that I suggest my agents focus on when we're talking about becoming the master of their agency or mastering their agency. And so number 1 is personal time management. That is so very key. It's so important that we're blocking off time to handle specific things within our agency. All right. So let's talk about them. You want to make sure that you give priority to the 3 most important factors of each category that I'm going to share with you here in a second. All right. So within the agency, every day, I need you to ask yourself, what are the 3 most important things that I need to focus on today to grow my agency? That may be networking, that may be building some strategic alliances, that may be prospecting so that you can make the phones ring. But what is it? What is the 3 most important things that you need to accomplish for your agency? I need you to write it down every day, every night before you go to bed. And when you wake up in the morning, I want you to make sure that you stay on top of those 3 most important things. Number 2, what are the 3 most important things that you need to accomplish personally and for your family? I always say this, and I'm never going to not say this. If your personal life is shaky and kind of funky, your agency and your business is going to be shaky and funky. They are not separate. They're not 2 separate entities. They are one and the same. And so you have to make sure that your personal and your family life is in check and that the foundation is strong. And you do that by prioritizing them. Okay. So what are the 3 most important things that you need to focus on for your personal life and for your family? All right. So number 3, prospecting. Now, if you don't have customers, right, you don't have a business. And so you've got to figure out how you're going to make the phone ring. How are you going to get people to walk in through the door? How do you get people to engage with you on social media or online? And so that's also very important as you move forward with growing your agency. And so what are the three most important things that you can focus on in terms of prospecting? And then finally, follow up. It's so very important. What time of the day, or what are the three most important things that you need to do in terms of follow up to ensure that you're following up with those most important clients and that things don't fall through the crack? So very important, guys. And so think about that. Also, calendar management. Calendar management is so very important, particularly because you're a leader. You're the CEO of this agency. And so your team members are going to model themselves after who? Their leader, right? That's so very important. And so if your calendar is all haphazard and all over the place, then guess what? Their calendar is going to be haphazard and all over the place. And so you don't want that. So it's important that you embrace and you master the skill of calendar management. And so here's some things that I recommend that you include in your calendar management. And that is, your spiritual development. It is so very important. And I'm not talking about religion, but I am talking about dealing with that spirit man that lives inside of you to help her be the best that she can be and live her most authentic life. So what are you doing? How are you pouring back into your mind, into your spirit every day? So you want to think about that. Meeting with your coach. That's very important. You need to prioritize that. If you don't have a coach, then we need to talk, but you need to be prioritized every month, meeting with your coach. Who is going to hold you accountable for your goals? Absolutely. Follow up, follow up, follow up. The money, I say this all the time. The money, guys, is in your follow-up. And so you got to make sure that you have time on your calendar for follow-up. It's very important. Client appointments is also extremely important. Here's one thing that I can tell when I walk in an agency's in an agent office, how I know that they're in chaos. If one of the first things they tell me is if I'm missing important appointments. They're in chaos. If their desk in their office is in disarray, they're in chaos, right? Because it begins to manifest itself in the physical. You don't even have to tell me. I can walk around and see that there's chaos going on, and they absolutely need help from Myrnice Oliver Coaching and Consulting so that we can calm the chaos that's going on in your agency. And then finally, major projects. Make sure that you have those things on your calendar and that you set aside some time to manage those things on your calendar. All right, so we talked about personal time management. So number 2, building a purpose-driven team. That's so key and so very, very important. Here's what I found working with a lot, particularly brand new agents who have a team. Your staff is just ill-equipped, to be honest, to accomplish the goals that you've set. They're mismatched with their job positions. And so how are you vetting your staff members? How do you do your onboarding? How do you make sure that those people bring the skill sets that they need to be successful for the position that you're hiring for? What are those benchmarks that you have in place for them? If you don't have any of these things already in place, I recommend that tonight you sit down and spend some time and think about that and put a strategy and a plan in place in terms of how you are going to make sure that your team members are able to operate at their optimal level of performance, right? So it's so very important. And so let me ask you, do your team members know your core values? Do you know your core values? Are they plastered all over the agency? Are they able to communicate what those values are? Have your team members bought into your values? That's so very, very important. Or do they care? Or is it just a job for them? So I think you need to do some evaluation. If you're experiencing some chaos in your agency and your team members are not performing the way that you desire for them to perform, then you definitely need to reevaluate and determine if you have your team members in the right spot. So that's number 2. Number 3, agency time management. Now, we talked about your personal time management, but you also need some agency time management. And so do your team members have a clear understanding of how they need to manage their time? Again, that goes back to you. Do you have a clear understanding of how you need to spend your time on a day-to-day basis inside of the agency? Or is your calendar kind of clunky and, haphazard? If that's what's going on, then you're definitely experiencing chaos and you're not operating at your optimal level of performance inside of your agency. Have your team members even, receive time management training? It's something so simple. Is that just giving them the training that they need? Don't just assume that they know how to manage their time if they haven't gotten the training. So again, put a star next to that. If you know that they're wasting time in the agency, then you need to put a plan in place. So sit down tonight and create a time schedule for your office. Number 4, this one's a biggie for me, is agency processes have to be on autopilot, guys. You can't just assume because you told your staff what to do that things are going to happen automatically. So let me ask you, where's your process manual? Are your processes documented? Are they written? Or is it something you just said verbally to them? Because I can tell you now that if you only told them verbally and it's not in writing, then it's just a wish. You wasted your time. It's not going to happen. If you're not operating from that process manual, if you're not doing consistent check-ins and training from your operations manual, you're wasting your time. Your agency will never be on autopilot. You're always going to be spinning your wheels, wasting time. And yes, your profitability is going to be impacted. So you need to know that. All right. So number 5, strategic planning is so very, very important. So let me ask you, where do you stand today? And what do you stand for? Where do you plan to be in 90 days? Strategic planning is not way off in the vision yet. In the future, yes, we're going to talk about that, but where do you stand now, today? Where you stand in 90 days? Where do you want your agency to be in 90 days? What about 6 months, 12 months, and 5 years? Where is it that you want your agency to grow, and what do you want your agency to represent? That's all part of your strategic planning. And so I recommend that you make some decisions and sit down and work out your own strategic plan. And then number 6, finally, marketing. I think this is a big challenge that I've seen within the agencies that I've worked in, and myself is included. And that is, online marketing is just a challenge for most of us. And so here's what I tell everyone. You don't have to be an expert in every area. You can hire to the expertise that you need. And so if you don't understand Facebook marketing, you don't understand social media, hire someone, take a class, read a book, call MCC, get the training and the help and the resources that you need to move your agency forward. I will tell you this, if we don't embrace social media, and if we're not embracing online marketing as an agency, we're going to be extinct as the dinosaur. We're going to fall off the map if we don't embrace this thing. The insurance industry is so volatile right now. It's ever changing. It's fast moving. And if we don't embrace it and move and change with the way things are changing right now, we're going to be left behind. And so I don't want you to be left behind. You got to figure it out. You can't do the whole marketing systems that we did even last year or 3 years ago. They're extinct. They're irrelevant right now. And so you don't want to do that. Figure out how you're going to get your target market. How do you find them? What do you even know about your target market? My target market is very specific, but I know what my clients like because I ask them. So if you don't know, I say ask your clients. Take a poll, send out a survey. Ask them, what is it that they want? What do they like? Because you can't provide a service that you don't know what they need or what they like. So listen, guys, I'm just asking the questions. The answers are all yours. I'm just here, as I told you, to be a disruptor to the normal everyday thing, that the way that we've always operated inside the insurance industry. And so if you're having any of the challenges that we talked about, I want to meet with you. I want to have a conversation with you about it so that I know what's going on in your agency so that we can develop a plan to help you move forward. So I have a surprise for you guys. So our next Rockstar agent, she's not here tonight, but she left us a video. So I'm going to share our video with us. She had a prior engagement. She wasn't able to be here live with us, but she was able to jump on a video. And so we pre-recorded a video specifically for you guys tonight. And so I'm going to go right ahead and share this video with you now. Okay, all right. So, this next lady, she really needs no introduction, but she is absolutely a rock star in her own right. And so it is indeed a privilege to have her join us tonight on our Insurance Rockstar Summit. So for those of you that are watching, this is actually a pre-recorded interview because she kicked us to the curb, y'all. She had to go to the concert to see Sam Smith, so she was like, deuces, I'm out. However, I love y'all enough to show up today and share a little bit with us about her journey, who she is, her agency. Absolutely amazing. You guys are going to love her. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you my very own video rockstar. Hi, Marie.
Hi, how are you?
Doing amazing. You look wonderful as usual. Love the hair. Let me see. I love, yes, girl, love it. So listen, thank you again for agreeing to be one of our panelists for our Insurance Rockstar Summit. It is so very important that we share you with the community. I feel like you're this diamond in the rough that not a lot of people know about you. And so I'm not going to do all the talking tonight, obviously. I wanted to just give you an opportunity to share a little bit about you. Who are you? Where's your agency? How can we connect with you?
Well, thank you so much for having me on, Maurice. I really appreciate it. It's an honor. So, like you said, my name is Marie Metzger, agent of Millennials. My office is actually here in Fayetteville, Georgia. I've been in the industry for going on 8-9 years now. I've been with American Family for 4 years this past May, so that was awesome. I started out with other insurance companies in the industry, so I'm familiar with their background, and then just coming over to American Family, kind of transitioning to doing my own thing. So, like I said, I'm agent to the Millennials. I am someone who who works outside of the box. So when you come to my agency, you're going to get something different, something that you wouldn't necessarily get at other agencies. I like to joke that my attire for this whole summer is going to be Converses and Macy's pants, but that's kind of my vibe, just kind of do think amount of pumps, heel wearing suit kind of gal, just real more relaxed. And that's what I'm looking for in terms of clients, people who need insurance, they need it, but they don't want the same old. They kind of just want to get away from that and want something a little bit different, maybe a little edgier, more direct, more upfront, more blunt with them, more having, if you will, come to Jesus about certain things, that they got going on in their life. And that's kind of how I've shaped my business around that idea of we're not necessarily traditional. We do traditional things, but we're not doing them in the traditional way. And yeah, so that's about it.
Well, you got a lot of hardware behind you, girl. And so tell us a little bit. Congratulations. Obviously, you are a rock star, as I said. But tell us a little bit about what do you think your area of expertise is? Tell us a little bit about your accolades. What are some awards that you won during your time at American Family?
So with American Family, it's a plethora of different things. From being Life Diamond in 2015, the Athlete 2016 and 17. I'm on track to doing Athlete again, actually in 2018. Hitting All-American for the 4 years that I've been here with American Family. Having great life consistency. Just making sure your life policies, they're actually staying on books and not necessarily falling off. And then having actually the other one, Agent of the Month, Life District Agent of the Month, as well as District Agent of the Month as well a few years ago.
I know what Life Diamond is, what Apple is, but our audience, but anybody else don't know.
Okay.
Tell us what that means.
So Apple is one of the goals that AMCAP set, and it's 30 life apps a year, and Life Diamond is 40 life apps a year with a consistency of 85%. And there are points that go along with that deals with premium itself. So it's a perfect life business with points and actual applications that we have. And those are the two levels that I've hit thus far with American Family. The deals
So what do you think your secret sauce is? Because those are great accomplishments. I mean, I've known 8-year agents, 12-year agents who never won life insurance award at all. So what do you think is your secret to success? Your secret.
I think my secret is being me. Being someone who tells you like it is. You need to hear these kind of things. It's kind of like tough love, if you will, with my own little flavoring on the side. So you can use that upfront reality, but just doing it in my own special way. So we're not necessarily sitting down traditionally and going over things. Even though yes, we do that, but it doesn't feel like we're doing it. So it's just adding my own special brand of to every conversation that we're having, making my clients feel like we're actually family, like they're my people, like these are the people that I connect with. So they can feel like, okay, well, I know I can call Marie and I can really give her the real on what's going on, not just kind of the surface that a lot of agents kind of get, and really get the watered down version of what's going on in people's lives, so we're not really able to help them fully, but they feel like I can give it all to her and she's going to be able to guide me. That's just fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And then for those of you, there's a little secret that I want her to share with you guys. Tell us a little bit about some of your outside interests, your music, your background, your family makeup. She's from a huge, beautiful family, guys. So it's a little bit, too personal, but just tell us a little bit about your background in terms of your family and things that you like and do outside of work.
So I am first generation American. My mother and my father are from Sierra Leone, West Africa. And outside of work, it becomes not quite a totally different person, but it just maybe not so much on the norm. Weekends, you can definitely find me soca, reggae, any kind of Caribbean music, African parties, those types of things. I'm definitely going to be. My family, they're mostly here in Georgia now. I still have family, of course, back home in Sierra Leone, and we go and visit them quite frequently. But that makes up my background. That's how I've kind of gotten into all of this, is the fact that I am first generation American, and coming from having parents that came from a different country.
I know, right?
But having parents that came from a different country, they just instilled in us, the drive to be entrepreneurs, to go out and to succeed, and it just allows me to put my own special touch of love on things.
Now, and you have a huge love for travel, so talk a little bit about that.
I'm a travel junkie. I'm a travel junkie, and I love baking. This year I haven't been able to travel as much, even though I'm going to Dubai a little bit later on this year. But I love Europe. Been to the Caribbean, been to Africa more times than I can count. Since I've been traveling since I was 1 year old. Like, I'm literally on my third passport. So I love traveling. There's just so much to see and to do in the world that I don't believe that we were put here to just explore our one little place. And the beautiful thing is, what you need in this country, you have access to the entire world. The world is your oyster. You can go anywhere, anything, do anything. It's just, when you think about the possibilities that are out there and the things that you can actually see, it's amazing. God made this world it's absolutely amazing. And it's so much just right outside your door. If you just get on a plane, hop over, the world is really at your feet.
I love it. Well, I'm going to be tagging along. I'm going to piggyback on some of her trips, hopefully in the next year. Because I love to travel as well. That's so exciting. So I hope that Marie and I will be able to take a trip together. That'll be great. All right, so let's talk a little bit about, you've been, as I said, you and I have worked together almost a year. It's so amazing. Time has just flown. It doesn't feel like a year, right? It feels like a couple of months. But I wanted you to share with our audience tonight, and for those of you that are watching or if you're catching on the replay, go ahead and type us some comments in the box below or questions that you may have for Marie, and I'll be sure to get your answers for you. But what was going on? What was your mindset at that time, headspace, in terms of what was going on in your agency before you hired a manager coach, and what really prompted you to decide to go ahead and work with them?
So I come from a sales background, and like I said, I've been in insurance for 8 years and 4 years with my own agency. But before, it's just I've been on the other side of the desk, if you look, where I've always been selling. I know how to sell, I know how to talk to customers and that type of thing. But I've not had so much of a role in the leadership part of it. And when I started, maybe about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I knew I needed to hire someone. And it was just a matter of, let me find someone very specific. So I do a lot of networking, and I've come across with many, many different business coaches. They'll all tell you about selling and things like that. But what I wanted was someone who knew insurance specifically. And even more detailed, if they could know AmFam or State Farm or, one of the other bigger players, that would be even better. And then interview. So we were kind of just in the land of kind of just going along, hitting the goals that AmFam set, but not really understanding what's happening, just knowing we're kind of doing it and just kind of trying to figure it out as we went along. But I don't feel like we were doing it very successfully. It was just like clumsily walking and just not doing things the way I knew it should have been done and needed to be done. It just wasn't done. It was just kind of fumbling in the dark.
Yeah. I understand that. And so tonight is I think so apropos that tonight our topic is all about mastering your agency. And so what you just shared with me was exactly what we're talking about. How do you get all these pieces, right, to fit together and make it work? And then also have someone who has that industry knowledge and expertise. I shared last night, I've been in the industry 25 years as a rookie bird. This is amazing. I started when I was 2 years old, y'all, so no old joke. Right, exactly. And I've worked with tons of companies that happen to be State Farm and Allstate, American Family. So I think the universe just we collided that way because of what you were looking for to put out into the universe what you needed. And so, but more specifically, what do you think are the biggest connection for us in terms of you and I and our coaching relationship?
The biggest connection, I think, has been as a team, we've been able to build what the vision is and lay the actual foundation for the ultimate goal and the ultimate vision. So we're able to lay down and actually put into processes and actually have to written what the processes and the systems are, and document what our marketing plans are going to be for every quarter, every month, even on every week. So we're, as a team, able to say, okay, this is the ultimate goal. This is where we want to be. And now we're actually putting down the steps and writing them down and, implementing them. One thing to actually write them down is another thing altogether to actually implement them. And there's times where I fall short on that. I'll say, yeah, we're going to do X, Y, and Z, and then we may do it for a week or two. So life comes in and things happen and you kind of fall off. And it's been great to have you just to have, to say, okay, so we're holding you accountable. You said you wanted to do this. These are the steps. Are you following these steps? In order to get to the end result, we need to following the outline that we put in place.
Yeah. Implementation, I think it really is the key to mastering your agency. Wouldn't you agree? It's about execution, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's about execution. Because everyone has great plans. We all have plans. We all have plans to do this or to go see whatever country we want. But if you actually haven't bought a ticket, what are we talking about?
Or got your passport. Like, how are you going to go to another country if you don't have a passport?
You have your passport. Did you buy a ticket? Do you know if they need visas? And this, you need a yellow fever shot. Like, we haven't done anything. You just don't want to go. So we need actually these things in place and actually follow the steps to achieve the ultimate goal.
Yeah, I think the beauty of what you and I have been able to create, it's a rinse and repeat process. So we're not starting over every month. We're just assessing, looking at where we fell short from the month before, where do we need to make some changes, and then following through.
Exactly. That's every process has been one of use it. So this time last year, if we were doing whatever we were doing for that quarter, that marketing plan, we know we can go back and use it again, even if we need to use it later on during that year. We can do it again. We're not recreating it every single time.
Yeah, I love that process. Absolutely. Business is not about, trying to recreate the wheel. It's about enhancing and improving on your performance from where you are already, Right. So I think that's great. All right. So let's share with us a little bit, if you can, what do you think the greatest takeaways or the things that we've been able to just share with us three, not a lot, but three things that we've been able to accomplish during our coaching relationship?
I feel more organized, which is awesome. More organized than the agency. I feel more organized. I feel there is a plan from down to hiring staff, what that should look like, that process should look like, what their training steps should be in that process. To them answering the phones, what they do in the morning, all of that stuff is documented. I know where it is. It's just more organized. The second thing would probably be, I feel you can be a better leader. Not just a leader that's kind of wading through and kind of figuring out as we go along, but a stronger, better leader to say, okay, so this is to communicate with the team what my plan is and what the vision is and what the steps actually get us there. And then the other thing is going to be, as a whole, just giving on my personal side and business side of things, just direction. So I know, yesterday you guys were talking about mindset and things like that, but that's helped me as well in mastering the agency on the personal side of things and guiding me to say, okay, so I need to take care of self before I can take care of everyone else. So adding the me factor has also helped in, getting the agency together. If I can't take care of me or I'm not well, then I definitely can't do what needs to be done on the agency side of things.
Yeah, I agree. And so I lied a little bit. I need more than three. So let's talk about the self-care. But you opened the door. I'm sorry, you opened the door. So let's talk a little bit about the whole self-care piece. I think you guys in the beginning were a tad bit reluctant to do it a little bit more than what you were doing. So let's talk about it. It was a little bit of resistance because not every coaching relationship is all cookies and cream and balloon. Right. There's none of these, because I'm asking you to do things that's a shift, creating a shift in your life. So there's always going to be some resistance. And so share with me your take on the whole self-care piece and how I introduced it to you and how you were able to embrace it.
So self-care is always that is very, very important. When you were introduced it, I had already been doing one of my things Monday, but self-care is always that be my birthday, something like that. And you make sure you said, okay, Marie, you need to schedule these. Actually schedule them on your calendar. We all know if it's not on your calendar, it does not exist. Actually scheduling time out for yourself. If it's in the morning and it's meditating, or if it's praying, or if it's reading, whatever it is, having time every day on the calendar. Actually schedule yourself time out for yourself. Bigger than that, if it's that you're actually taking time away from the office. If it's on a Saturday or if it's during the week, doing something that you like. And for me, that would be traveling. So I may not be one day, maybe like that, but traveling or going to the spa or baking. The only hindrance is I can't eat when I bake. But just doing the things that I like to do that are good for me. Because again, if I'm not good, I can't take care of my staff, the office, and the things that I need to do. So that self-care was a huge, it was a big piece for me. I did it a little bit, but not quite as much as I'm trying to do now.
Yeah, very important, because I'm sure you would agree, or I'm going to make a statement, but I hope you agree, is that if your personal foundation is not strong, that will manifest itself over into your professional life.
Absolutely.
I know that there's a train of thought, or there has been in the past, that, you need to separate your personal and your professional, and, leave your personal life at the door. And I am here to say, because I'm a disruptor, that is hogwash. That's bullcrap. There's no way. When I got stuff going on with my man acting crazy, my dog is bit me, my kids acting out, there's no way that I can come here and perform at my optimal level and be the leader that I need to be if my personal life is acting crazy.
Absolutely.
So, would you agree with that?
I agree with that wholeheartedly. I totally agree, because at least for me, I won't speak for all women. We bring our personal with us wherever we're going, whatever we do. Things are always on our mind. Things are on our heart. We feel. So if things are not right at home, however that may look, you can't help but bring it to your professional life. We're here so much anyway, it only makes sense that at home it's together is life, because at least then, I can come here, I can do what needs to be done, I can go home, and I'm still being one whole person. Does that make sense? You're actually taking care of yourself, and that way you can take care of yourself as well.
Makes a lot of sense. And I was sharing with our audience on yesterday, what I do is what I bring to the table, it's really a more of a holistic approach, and it's a hybrid. Yes, we're going to look at your metrics. You know how I'm very much on accountability. Know your numbers, right, exactly. But also that we're looking at you as a whole person, because you are not your numbers. You're right. And so holistically, we're putting it together and that it's a hybrid of a program versus what the traditional business coaching would be. Yes, that's really what I hope has been a great impact, not only for you, but for all of the agents that I work with, is that it was a different experience and opportunity to get you as a whole and not just.
And that's why I feel that you bring that's what makes me special. And that's what how we're able to accomplish the things that we're able to accomplish. And that's why I was like, okay, we're definitely going to have to go for this and not somebody else, just because you bring it all together, all the different pieces of the puzzle. You bring them together and say, let's look at them all. Let's figure this out in order to ultimately get to the goal that we want.
Yeah. So now, we've been able to do a lot of things and accomplish a lot over these past 12 months, well, nearly 12 months. But what do you think has been the greatest impact in terms of what you'll be able to take and carry with you beyond the coaching experience with Coach Mo?
Well, one, the self-care. Definitely that. I would definitely take that with me. And just what we've actually implemented in the agency, as far as our systems and our processes, especially for marketing and how that looks on social media and those types of things, the footprint or the outlines that you've given me, I will be able to use that long after we stop working together. Well, I'll be able to go back to these things and say, okay, this is how it needs to be done. When it comes to hiring, this is how it needs to be done. This is the training that you're going to take. These are the things that we're marketing on this particular week, month, quarter, whatever have you. So just those actual documented systems and processes for the agency.
Yeah. Because ultimately, the goal is going to impact what? That bottom line. Profit.
Right. That's what we're all here for.
And that's what we're all here for, right? Exactly. And so you can't say I want to make X amount of dollars per month or per year.
Right. And don't have a plan to get there. And then there's no execution either. That execution is really, really key. Having that follow-up, that follow-through, that is really, really important. That accountability, my accountability partner.
Yeah, I am. And that's exactly what I'm here for. I am here to hold you accountable. Now, I have to have some tough love sometimes, because you and I know, you're like, you tripping. Yes, exactly. So I know it took a lot for you to come on video today, but social media piece, having that imprint, what you said, that footprint out there and online is going to be so key for any insurance agency, particularly now because our industry is so volatile, and so we're going to be left behind if we don't embrace this thing. And so if you guys are listening to us right now out there on Facebook, understand you're running an agency, you can no longer do business the way we did it 10 years, not even 5 years ago. Not even 5 years ago. You've got to embrace technology and what's going on right now in social media and have that imprint, but make it unique. Hear what I'm saying? Unique. Be who you are. Come in with your, with your Converse, and, whatever it is that's going to be able to help you identify and attract your most ideal client, because again, it's more money in the pocket, right? It's more profitability for your agency when your authentic self shows through. You are indeed one of the most authentic people that I know. You really are. You're very comfortable in your skin. And I think I'm so proud of you. That is one of the biggest things that attracts me to you, is that you are so confident and who you are in your skin. You are. So, and then last thing before we go, what would you say, what advice would you give to someone out there listening in the summit and they're thinking, maybe I should give Coach Mo a call, or someone that needs help and they're a little reluctant as they've been burned by other business coaches. I've heard some horror stories out there. Makes it difficult for those of us that are out here doing great things in the world. But what would you tell them to do, and why would you tell them to work with me, with Coach Mo?
Well, I would tell them, one, they need to work with you just because if you're already feeling like you're not sure of where things are going in your agency, you're really not sure your personal life, you don't have any time for yourself, you're not doing the work because you notice you tend to regulate feelings and things like that, you definitely need to give you a call. Now, they need to be prepared to do some evaluation. That may not be pretty standard, so it is what it is. That's where you are, it is what it is, and you're just trying to make it to the next level. So some self-evaluation that will come with love nonetheless. You need to be prepared to work on everything, not just the business side. That's just only one piece. It's going to be the personal side. It's going to be all the different factors that we have in our life, looking at it, looking at all of it, and doing a deep dive to make sure it is what we want and where we want. And that's those are the two things that I would definitely say: to be prepared to do self-evaluation and to do a deep dive, and especially into your numbers. If you don't know the numbers of the agency, where do we start? So yeah, I would definitely recommend, if you have that thought process of I need to kind of have a better understanding of my agency, I'm kind of just muddling through, going day by day with no real purpose. That's when you need to give you a call. That's definitely when they need to give you a call.
Yeah. And why do you think it was for you that it was okay? Because it's an investment, right? You invested in yourself. It's an investment. And so why do you think, because I think that's been kind of the barrier, the block, is the investment. People are thinking, oh, is that something that I really want to invest? But why would you tell that person it's so important for them to invest? Or would you say that at all, that the investment is worth it?
It's absolutely worth it. You're investing in yourself ultimately. I mean, if you don't feel like you're worth investing in, then that may be a different kind of call we need to make. But you're investing in yourself. And honestly, it's really not that bad. I mean, I don't know what other people are charging or things like that. It's really not that bad when you think about what you're getting, the value that you're getting, and what you're getting out of it in the long run. It's really a very, very small investment when you think about it that way. If you just think about it in terms just strictly dollars and cents and not what you're going to get out of it, maybe it does seem a bit daunting. But when you say, okay, I'm going to have control over my agency, I'm going to have these things in place that I can use down the line, not just right now, but down the line, I'm going to start to take care of myself and take better care of myself. The investment, it's totally worth the investment. Actually, today I was listening to B103 and they had the inspirational vitamin with Frank Ski. I don't know if anybody else.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I listen to it.
Yeah, I try to catch it as many days as I can of the week. But today they were talking about that your body is a temple. And it's kind of going along with this as well, where you have to take care of yourself. It's the one body that you have. You've got to take care of yourself because you cannot take care of anyone else. And that having you to, let us know that, even though it's something that you kind of know, but actually you're helping us to implement these things and putting it on our calendar is very, very helpful. It's worth the investment. It really, really is worth the investment. And it's really not that bad of an investment anyway. You're getting so much out of it. So much out of it that you obviously were not getting before.
Well, you have been amazing. So thank you so much for spending time with us. Even though you kicked us to the curb to go to Samson, I'm going to forgive you for that. But I hope you have an amazing time tonight. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. And I'll be sure we're going to talk later on this week anyway. But thanks again. All right, so I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you. Oh, there we go. All right. So I hope you guys, I know there was a little bit of problem with the audio. I do apologize for that, but not really sure if you heard everything, but I hope you did. But those of you, you'll be able to catch it, that signed up for the actual summit. You'll definitely be able to catch it on the replay. We're going to email everything out to you at the end of the week so that you can actually use this as part of your library. So you'll have an opportunity to watch it again and really listen to it. So I hope you heard some things and you were able to take away some things, glean some things from it that you can use in your own agency or in terms of making your decision in terms of hiring a coach and working with the coach. More specifically, working with MCC, Myrnice Oliver Coaching and Consulting. And so, hey guys, this thing is real. This is for real. Women are out there struggling. They're overwhelmed. They're stressed out. And it's all because they don't really have the pieces of the puzzle put together the way they need them to be. And that is where we come in. And so that's exactly why we've recreated our Master Your Agency Masterclass. And so I'm going to extend a personal invitation for those of you that are listening tonight to join me. We're going to kick off July 26th for our very first master class. It is going to be amazing. You guys do not want to miss this thing. And it's all about you. This is about your opportunity to really do some deep dives talking about the topics that we talked about earlier, those 6 things that we talk about mastering your agency. Yesterday, we talked about your CEO mindset and many, many more. We're going to have an amazing rock star. Tiffany Cooper is going to join us tomorrow and talking a little bit about her journey and being a niche expert and how important that is and being a rock star in your own community. And so we're going to talk about all of those things inside of the Master Your Agency Masterclass. And so, again, this is my personal invitation for you to join us. Go and check us out at masteryouragency.com. Really simple. I have it in the link in the box above me, or I will have later on this evening. You'll see it in the box above. Click on that link. Go ahead and grab your spot. I have a spot for 20 agents. Maybe it's not for you, but you're listening tonight, and maybe it's for someone else. And so I will ask you, share this information with those that are inside of your community. If you know a sister agent or a colleague is really, really struggling, they don't have a strategic plan. There's not a strategy in place. They're struggling with their hiring and staff development. They don't have a great CEO mindset. They just really need an accountability partner. They need a confidant. They need someone that can be their sounding board for them. Have them reach out to me either on my page here, send me a message, or go ahead, send them to the masteryouragency.com and have them sign up to join us for our Master Your Agency Masterclass. Listen, you guys, you will not be disappointed. I promise. I have some experts lined up that's going to come in and join me, what I call my super friends. They're going to come in and join me and help you guys begin to truly, truly, truly master your agencies. This is for, people that are really serious about being successful in their business. And they realize, that success doesn't happen overnight. And it's for someone who's really ready to make a commitment to 6 months, because the masterclass is a 6-month long journey. You and I will be together. You're going to have some great conversations. You're going to have a community of individuals who understand what you're going through. You're going to get some coaching, some guidance, and all the support that you need right inside of that masterclass. So check us out later over at masteryouragency.com. I encourage you to get in now. Spots are filling up. And so again, I only have 20 spots. I'm only able to take on 20 spots for this masterclass. Or maybe the masterclass is not for you and you want more of an individual program. I ask that you reach out to me directly and let's have a conversation. Let's chat about how MCC can help you accomplish and achieve those goals that you set for yourself. So I love you guys. God bless you. Thank you again for joining me tonight and spending your time with me. I do not take it for granted that you showed up. You could be anywhere in the world, but you decided to spend your time with me tonight. And I am forever grateful for you guys. Again, I love you guys. Have a great night, amazing night, and I will see you tomorrow. Oh, do me a favor. Don't forget, share this video with people in your community and be sure to remind them to join us again tomorrow night, 7:30, same time, right here. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Mwah.